Klay three. Yes, sir! Oh, man!
That and knock it down.
A long three for... Tell you a story about that in a second. Klay's three. There it is!
Hey, what's up, everybody? In today's quick video, we're going to be talking about Klay Thompson's jump rope form. For those who don't know who Klay Thompson is, he is a shooting guard on the Golden State Warriors, and he's been out for about 2 seasons now, since 2019, when he suffered an ACL injury in the 2019 finals and then a subsequent Achilles injury on the other foot. So he's been out of the NBA for 2 seasons. In my opinion, Klay Thompson is one of the best shooters in NBA history. His style of play is fundamental, basic, but so smooth, and he is such a good shooter. And paired with Steph Curry in the backcourt, I think that backcourt is probably the best shooting backcourt in NBA history and one of the best backcourts in NBA history. And it's always fun watching the Golden State Warriors play, and Klay Thompson is a big part of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I got some footage of Klay Thompson jumping rope, and I'm going to be commenting on his form, talking about different things that he does with his form. But overall, this is an encouraging video because it's showing that athletes that are competing at the highest levels are injecting jump rope into their workout routines, which is always encouraging and speaks of the efficacy of jump rope training. So enjoy. Let's take a first look at Klay Thompson jumping. You see that he's utilizing the basic bounce. He gets a crossover right there, and then a side swing, and then a crossover consecutively. So it's clear that he's been jumping for a little while, and he's taken the time to at least understand the side swing and the crossover, which are 2 moves that a lot of people learn in the beginning, but that are difficult to master. So props to him for taking the time to do that. We're going to slow it down here and break down the moves more in depth, specifically the side swing and the crossover. So he's utilizing a basic bounce. He's not doing anything fancy. I really wouldn't expect him to do anything fancy. He does a crossover here, and he puts his left over his right, and then he does a side swing, puts his left over his right, and then a crossover again. That's interesting because Klay Thompson is a right-handed person, yet he's leading with his left hand. You can see it when he does his side swing and his crossover right there, is that he leads with his left hand as he does with the side swing there too. That's interesting because I found that in my personal experience, beginning with jump rope and doing those 2 moves specifically in the beginning, is I led with my left hand as well, and I'm a right-handed person like Klay Thompson is. It's fairly common to see that. Mike Tyson also does this when he's jumping rope. He is a right-handed person. He fought in the orthodox position, and he would do all of his side swings leading with his left hand. And Sonny Liston does the same thing as well. He does all of his side swings, or he did all of his side swings leading with his left hand. If you are a right-handed person, I would recommend, if you want to do this, I would recommend doing the opposite of what Klay Thompson is doing and putting your right hand over your left hand on your crossovers and going to your left side first and opening your side swing with your right hand with your dominant hand. And the same applies if you're a left-handed person, to lead with your left hand. It's not taking much of an impact for Klay because he is doing some basic jumping, and all he's using the jump rope for in this specific situation is warming up. But if you want to be able to turn the rope more quickly and you want more coordination, leading with your dominant hand is going to allow you to get more coordination, and is going to allow you to become more fluid, agile, and quick in your movements. That would really be my only improvement or suggestion if I were ever to be a jump rope coach to Klay, which I would think would never happen. First off, because I don't think that jump rope is his focus. His focus, especially in this situation that he's in right now, excuse me, is getting back into the NBA because he's been out for 2 seasons and he's a specialist. He's one of the best basketball players in the world. So I don't think he's trying to get better at jump rope, but I think that you see there there's a little bit of unsteadiness using his left hand to lead. So I would say that's the only improvement that I have looking at this clip specifically. I think that the arm rotations, or the wrist rotations rather, are on point. He does use his arms a little more than I would, but I think that he looks smooth with the jump rope overall, and he's got the basics down. You can see that he's been doing this for a while. His doctor and trainer probably told him when he had his injuries to jump rope to build his muscle back up, to get his coordination back, and to ensure that he was staying nimble on the balls of his feet, because the doctor likely knew that jump rope is a great exercise for recovery, and it's a great alternative to running, which is something that is difficult to do when you have an ACL injury and you have an Achilles injury back to back, like Klay Thompson has suffered over the past 2 years. This isn't a clip of him jumping rope, but it is a good clip to showcase an alternative use for a jump rope, and that is to stretch your upper body, particularly your shoulders. Jump rope is a full body workout, but it does stress your upper body, and if you're not warmed up in your upper body, then it's going to be difficult to start and get on a roll with jump rope. So the way that he's stretching out, I think, is beneficial, and it's a great alternative use for jump rope, whether you're warming up or cooling down. All right, now the front view, and it's easy to get an appreciation in this view for how tall Klay Thompson is and how tall most NBA players are. Klay Thompson is 6'6", which is the average size of an NBA player. So you have a lot of NBA players who are over 7 feet tall, which means that his rope is likely anywhere between 9 feet 6 inches and 10 feet. It looks like the type of rope he's using is a standard PVC rope. I wish that I knew the type of rope he was using. It'd be cool to know the type of rope he's using and why he's using that type of rope. The handles look to me like a set of regular handles that you'd normally see with a 4 or 5 millimeter rope, a pair of short handles. It doesn't look like it's a specialized jump rope, but again, I don't know. It's tough to see from this angle, but as I said earlier, it would be cool to know why he's using that rope, if he selected it or if it was simply provided to him by one of his doctors or his trainers. You see more of the same in this clip. I believe this was the same clip, but it was taken at a different angle. It was taken by a different person. You see that he's only utilizing the basic bounce, and he throws in a few side swings and a few crossovers. To reiterate some points that I went over from the other view of him jumping rope, is my recommendations, it would be for him to lead with his right hand instead of his left hand, even though it doesn't make much of a difference for him, because I don't think he's trying to improve and jump rope any faster than what he's doing right now, because he's using it for a warm-up. But I think he'd get more agility and coordination if he was leading with his right hand on his crossovers and his side swings. And also, I would recommend that he try out different moves than the basic bounce. Now, he might have been told by his doctor not to do anything but the basic bounce because of the injuries that he has on both of his legs. One of his legs, he injured his Achilles. The other leg, he injured his ACL. So the doctor might have told him to equally distribute weight on his feet and to not be unequal in his weight distribution, and the boxer step would do that. But I think that he'd get more out of the jump rope warm-up if he did some boxer steps or some heel toes or anything like that. But again, he may have been advised not to do that. And also, my final recommendation, even though he's got a smooth form and he's executing well and it looks like he has the fundamentals down, is to use his wrists just a little bit more. You can see that he's using his arms quite a bit, especially from this angle, this side view angle. Jump rope, just like any other exercise, it's all about what you're trying to get out of it. It's clear that Klay Thompson's focus is on basketball, and that jumping rope and improving a jumping rope is not something that he's interested in doing, because he's a professional basketball player and that's what his focus is. So overall, I think that he does a great job with the jump rope, and I think it's cool that more athletes are infusing their workouts and their warm-ups with jump rope. I think it's encouraging to see that more and more people are starting to understand that jump rope is a great way to warm up. It's a great way to conduct primary exercise, and it's an awesome way to cool down. And I'm also encouraged that somebody who suffered such devastating injuries like Klay Thompson did both can recover and come back to competing at a high level like the NBA and professional sports, and that they've been using jump rope to do that, because it's clear that that wasn't the first time that he was using jump rope. He's likely been using jump rope for maybe his whole career, but I think that he was advised to use jump rope after he got injured so that he could maintain a level of cardio and so he could strengthen his injuries back so that he could continue competing at a high level. Hey everybody, much respect for coming back to the channel and continuing to watch the video, and much respect to Klay Thompson for making his return to the NBA last night. As I said earlier, Klay Thompson is one of my favorite players to watch. The Golden State Warriors have been fun to watch for the past 5-10 years, all the championships they've won, and much of that is due to Klay Thompson's style of play and his marksmanship from the court, how accurate of a shooter he is. So it was fun to do this video, and it's cool that more people, especially high-level elite athletes, are infusing jump rope into their routine. It's always good to see that. All right, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, share the channel with your family and your friends. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope to freedom. Peace. Thanks for your support. Take care.